Hey, welcome to Walking the Path. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. And I am here with Deetra and Bo, two guests from Rhythmia this week. This is our last week of the year. We've wrapped up the last retreat of the year, the last ceremony of the year, the last class of the year, and and we want to celebrate by talking about our miracles. So thank you for streaming in. Rhythmia is a amazing life advancement center in Costa Rica where people come for three reasons: to see who they become, to merge with their soul, and to heal their heart. And that's what we call a miracle. We also call miracles a shift in perspective, um, or a death and rebirth. Three different types of miracles. So many times people come here and they see something new about their lives, a new possibility for their lives, a new way of being, a new way of seeing. That's a miracle. When you have hope and potentiality and possibility in your life where there was no potential or possibility before, that's a miracle. When you see some aspect of yourself, a way in which you've been putting a mask on for who you think you need to be to get your needs met, and you release that, come back to a state of wholeness and heal your heart and forgive the unforgivable, that's a miracle. And so we like to talk about miracles. And so I want to invite two amazing individuals who had a great week here at Rhythmia to come forth and represent the field of miracles, because we had a lot of miracles this week. So let me just start by welcoming Deetra. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Brother Bo, thank you.
Great to be here.
Great to have you here. So let me ask you, tell me a little bit about you, what you do in life, and where you're from.
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I am in the healthcare field. I've been in healthcare for 20 years, and as a nurse, recently just finished my doctorate degree in May.
Woo!
Dr.
That's
Watson.
Dr. Deetra. Oh, Dr. Watson.
It's Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson, I like it.
Yeah.
And so I've been in like leadership for a while now. And I'm mother of three, I said, right? Two boys and a girl.
Mother of three.
Three.
So, moms come to Rhythmia.
Yeah, moms come. Moms come.
Bo, where are you from and what do you do?
So I'm originally from Croatia. I've moved around from there to Germany to Canada, but I've ended up in San Diego, and I've been there for the last 7 years now. And I work as a chiropractor and as a health educator. And, I love what I do, but it's definitely beaten up my body over the years. And I was excited to get over here and then get some healing in for myself, because there's so much output that I do for others.
Yeah.
Mm.
What was the call to Rhythmia? What had you come to Rhythmia?
I've been curious for a while to go in for a ceremony, and as time had gone on, I just felt like I wanted to get just healing from family traumas that's occurred over the years, and two, to just get clear insight of what my purpose is and what the next steps are for me. And it was a beautiful week where I learned a lot about myself and let go of a lot, and I just feel so much lighter, and I have such clear insight of what my next steps are. So I'm very excited to just get the notepad out and get to work.
Okay, I want to hear. I want to hear about what those insights were, and what the insights about direction, and what you were able to let go of, right? But let me ask you, was your intention coming like, I have trauma to release, like you knew that, or was that like, was that something that you saw when you were here?
No, I definitely knew it going into it. Just with my upbringing in my childhood, we were refugees when I was at the age of 4, and just parents had their struggles, just being in survival mode all those years. So for me, I was very much like an adult at a young age. So I know that there's just been trauma that's just built up over the course of the years, and those are not conversations that I'm able to have with my parents about these things. And it was on the first night, I had a very blissful journey. I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is so easy. It's great. It's beautiful. I'm just getting insight. And then on the second night, it was challenging, but it was just also so beautiful, because once I had my release, when I purged, just this thing that's been stuck in my heart just like came out, and I felt so light and so incredible. And afterwards, I was just in euphoria. I was just dancing and smiling and having a good time. And that was my favorite night of them all, the one that brought the most challenge, but it was also brought the biggest gift. And I felt a lot of that family trauma release.
Okay, so just for those who don't know, right? Croatia in the 80s.
It was in the early 90s.
In
Yeah.
the
So
early
yeah,
90s.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
A war was it?
Yeah.
Like a heavy.
Yeah. Former
war.
Yugoslavia was splitting up, so they're all, beefing amongst each other. And, we moved as refugees to Germany.
Okay. And how old were you?
I was 4.
Okay. So these are like formative core woundings, right? When you're ripped from your home, war torn, and then you had to grow up. You said you had to grow up fast because of that, and seeing one of the things that struck me the most about our conversation earlier was how you, like what you said, I had to grow up fast. I had to be. You took it on yourself to be. I want to get a little bit into what the miracle was, right? What you saw was that you because today your life's good, right? I mean, you're doing all sorts of great. Before you came to Rythmia, you're successful. You're a chiropractor. You live in San Diego. You're in service. You led a men's group, right? Like life is good.
Yeah, it's great,
right?
But it's even better now.
Right. This is kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
That I want to bring to people is that it doesn't mean that you don't have to have what we conceive of as deep trauma, right? Like being from a war torn childhood is deep trauma, but then you overcame that and you're successful in life. And still these things run us. There's a subconscious pattern of how we took on I had to be grown up fast. I had to not show like you could tell that your parents were going through stuff.
Yeah.
So you had to be like solid.
Yeah.
And that became an outward expression of how you got through life. For sure. Right.
Yeah.
And so what was the big release for you in seeing that? Why is that a big deal to see?
It feels I came to the realization of one that like at the end of the day, the thing that I sought out the most is just to have love for my parents, but it's just something that they weren't able to provide. Because, they were in survival mode. And for me, like, I never went for help. Like I couldn't ask, like, hey, how do I do this homework? Mm-hmm. And, when I was 10, I got basically just given all the government documents and be like, you figure this out. I got to learn English, learn to speak English then, right? So, I just became this very like self-reliant adult. Like I'll just put anything on my shoulders and work through it. And I've just burnt myself out many times over the years of just pushing too hard. And that's expressed itself in, mental burnout, physical pain, all of it. Because I just, I think I do a lot for others to receive love there because I wasn't able to get it there.
Yes.
And I told you about the joke with, one of my best friends where I told her, I'm like, oh, you're a good girl. And she goes, and I asked her, do you think I'm a good boy? And she goes, no, you're not a good boy. And that was a central theme going into it. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, all I wanted to be is just to be a good boy that's loved. And it's just interesting because like, there I am like purging and just weeping my eyes out. But then after that, I'm just laughing because I'm just laughing at the fact like this is what it was. And, I'm 35. I want to, find a wife and have children. And I feel like part of that was just blocked from me as well, where I wasn't inviting that love in. And
Thank you. I really appreciate you opening up like that, brother.
Of course.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's just like the connections that we can make on plant medicine, right? Mm-hmm. That we wouldn't have made in life. And it's not that your life isn't great already, but making this connection shifts. Like you'll still do the things you're going to do. You're still going to be a healer. You're still going to be working to give love to people. But now it's coming from the whole healer, not the wounded healer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. The wounded healer is unconsciously thinking, I've got to do this in order to receive love. All the things that I'm doing, and it's exhausting. Mm-hmm. But when we come from a place of wholeness, then it's an inspired action, and it's not exhausting because it's sourced by love and love of ourselves. We're coming from a place of thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Right?
Yeah. Right.
And I was equally inspired by you. Please tell what did you see this week in terms of who you've become, and the merger and the healing and the forgiveness?
Well, first off, I came without any expectation. I came with the heart of celebrating my birthday.
That's right. She had her birthday while she was
birthday
here.
was here, like the big 50. So
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah.
It's your
yeah.
birthday.
Birthday. So that was my, I wanted to come and reset. 2023 has been good to me. And I just wanted to come and reset and walk into this 50-year confident and feeling, that I'm taking care of myself, because in our jobs and what we do, and a lot of commonalities with the people that were here, we're the caregiver.
Mhm.
We're not the receiver. A lot of us aren't, and that was a common theme that I noticed. It's like we're the ones always giving, but the last ones to receive, or even being in a space of willing to receive. And so I was able to become the receiver through the ayahuasca. Mother ayahuasca allowed me to be vulnerable. And that was something that I was not willing to be as a Black woman, as an independent Black woman, and what I was taught by my mother and her mother and her mother. And what I found out that was not the most healthy way
Mhm.
to love, to be just by yourself, to say, I got it. And it was okay to say, I need help. I need help in loving you. I need help in loving you. I need help in, I don't have all the answers to everything. And I can heal myself and be there for myself without feeling that I'm neglecting others' needs. And I didn't feel that initially. I felt that if I wasn't doing for everybody else, then I was neglecting my needs, because I'm a person of, like I said, doing. And so I finally feel that heavy bag that I felt that I had to carry, of independence and the strong woman, and being on my own, and that I can finally put it down. I don't have to carry it. It was never mine to carry.
Mm.
Mhm.
It was never mine to carry, although I was taught. So I was able, through the ceremonies, to not only put the bag down, but put it down for myself and the generations behind me and the generations in front of me. We all now are free from carrying
Yes.
this baggage, this load that has defined me for 50 years, that no longer defines me anymore. I'm really, you can see Deetra now.
Yeah.
You don't
Mm.
see this strong, independent Black woman that you see.
Right.
You see the love through my eyes, through my heart, and my ability to listen and to feel in a way that I've never done
Beautiful.
before.
Which, by the way, is a strong, independent Black woman.
That is a strong, independent
Right.
Black
To be
woman.
loving and to feel and to let people in.
But not to lead with it.
Yes.
I don't have to define myself through it. I don't have to put out this disclaimer anymore. I'm a strong, independent Black woman, because I look strong. I look, it doesn't mean that I am. I don't have to put that disclaimer out. Um, I also want it to be, I'm feminine, I'm
Mhm.
loving, I'm
Yes.
soft, I'm
Mm.
compassionate,
I feel that.
and I don't mind being held, my hand being held. I don't mind a hug.
Mm.
Mm.
So
Beautiful.
that's what I got.
What a healing.
I received the healing, and the most profound thing for me was, it's like, show me what I have become. Right? Show me what I've become. What I found out is that I was already who I needed to be. However, I didn't know how to show it. I was already on the journey.
Mhm.
However, I didn't know how to communicate it. I didn't know how to articulate the things that I felt over the years with the meditating that I've done on my own, because I come from a Baptist background. We didn't meditate. We didn't pray. We did not in that way. We
Right.
did it in a formal church. Amen. Praise God.
Mhm.
You know, but not in a way that I have been led these last 20 years to do this differently, that I was afraid to share with others. But Mother Ayahuasca spoke to me and said, it's okay. It's okay to walk in your truth, because walking in my truth will heal other people. I'm able to
Yes.
heal
Yes.
other people through being truly me.
And I want. There's so much in what you just said.
Mhm.
But the last thing was to walk in our truth. And we hear people say that, like, it's my truth,
Mhm.
right? And I'm like, no, that's
Yes.
capital. That's low. That's
The
lowercase t.
Yeah.
Your truth is your authentic self.
Authentic self.
And one of the things you said was, I was already always that. There's a Buddhist saying that says, we're all struggling to become more of what we already are,
Mhm.
right? It's like we're already that.
Yes.
And like you said, I always had been that. You had always been like, we're inherently that beauty and joy. And so many, I bet a lot of people out listening to this and watching it later will say, we've all heard at some point something like this: if you could only see yourself the way I see you,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
It's like somebody could, even though we have this mask on, this thing that we think we need to be in order to be safe, in order to be loved, in order to get our needs met,
Mhm.
in order to feel enough, in order to feel like we belong. That's the egoic protection, right?
Mhm.
And for you, it was a strong Black woman.
Mhm.
For you, it was a good boy,
Mhm.
right? Like, I'm strong. For
Mhm.
both of you, it was
Yeah,
strength. It
it
was
was
being
strength.
strong and figuring out on your own, being
Mhm.
independent,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And those aren't qualities you have to give up.
No.
But it's like, oh, now,
I know how to use them.
yes.
I know how to use the tools, because they're tools, but I was not building appropriately.
Carrying that burden.
Yes.
You want to say something, brother?
No, I was just when you were talking about all that, I just brought back the memory of like my middle school yearbook, and I'm in the 8th grade, and you get to pick a quote, and my quote was, by Tupac, and it's only the strong survive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm like, yeah, it's been there for a while,
Right.
but I'm alive. I survived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. I remember during Monday ceremony, I kept hearing, "You are the Alpha and the Omega, Alpha and Omega," and I was like, "What does that mean? What is that?" It begins with me, and it ends with me. So I came all the way here to find me again.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I am the Alpha and Omega. I will start and it will end. When I say it ends, and it end, a lot of the things that I thought were good and survival, they were ego. That protection, that was my protection, was my ego. No, I don't need your help. I got it. No, I don't. I got it.
Yeah.
That was my armor. That was my armor. However, that ended. That ended. I don't need that armor. I'm already protected.
Mhm.
Just being.
And what you did, and heals not, as you had said, and I know that you feel this, and I've talked to so many people who were here this week who healed past generations,
Mhm.
right? Like you healing, me healing. When we heal the lineage. Like you put that burden down, the heavy laden,
Yes.
right? And you know the biblical quote of Alpha and the Omega, right? Right? Beginning with that, without birth and without death. That's the eternal within us.
So part of that died, and the rebirth, and that was such a divinity in all of it, because I came here during my birthday.
Yes.
Wow. Reborn.
I was reborn. So I had a birthday.
And it was the solstice, which is the rebirth.
Winter solstice.
Yes,
Wow.
the winter solstice, death and rebirth.
And everything is just such in a divine order,
Mhm.
and just
Amen.
meeting everybody is
Yeah.
such
The people here are
divinity.
incredible.
Yes.
Like everybody that you meet, the staff, just from the people that clean, take care
Mhm.
of all the the landscaping, to
Mhm.
the people that cook, and the shamans.
Mhm.
This guy JJ
Yes.
told one of the best jokes that I've ever heard in my life in class. I'm just laughing about it to this day.
Yes.
We cannot say what it is on here. You got to come see
gotta
it in
come.
person.
It's only in person.
Yeah, it's only in
But just everybody, it just blew my
Yeah.
expectations away, and just met so many incredible souls. And you see everything here, like just all ages, everybody.
Everybody looks different.
Yeah.
I remember from Sunday to today, it's like I have new eyes.
Mhm.
Like I got new glasses,
Yeah.
and I got 20/20 vision now, because I truly can see people and feel people, and not just people. I feel the earth. I feel it may sound cliche to a lot of people that probably are watching this or maybe contemplating about coming, but this is really putting you on the path to living,
Mhm.
truly living and feeling and experiencing, and really seeing somebody's soul through their eyes,
I mean,
connecting.
I agree. We have new eyes, but
Mhm.
people have also shedded
A lot of
so
stuff.
much.
Everybody looks different from
Yes.
everybody.
I frequently people will have a before and after picture.
Yeah.
I did.
Like what
I
you
did
look
it.
like when you came and
I did
today.
it. I look younger.
Yes.
Well, I've one of the things I noticed during ceremony, I was rubbing my face. I'm like, why does it feel so soft? So my skin, it feels like it was just like I shedded an old layer and everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't go for like pedicure or facials.
You should have seen him before he came.
Yeah.
He was ugly.
Like, I got brand new skin. I feel 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Model here. We have a model here.
It's true. I mean, we're seeing each other.
Mhm.
Like, and it's what do you say in yoga? Namaste. I see the divine light in you.
Mhm.
And now we really can see the true beauty in each other.
In each other.
You know?
Mhm. Beyond the physical.
Yes.
Beyond the physical, I can actually feel you.
Mhm.
It's a feeling.
And people are radiating.
Mhm.
Oh.
Right? They're radiant.
Yes.
Okay. Anything, let's see. Any last question? Because this has been so rich, what you
Yes.
both
Yeah.
shared. What are we at?
Jan?
Oh, Jan saying beautiful. So happy for you. Thank you, brother. I know there's some comments over here in Instagram world, but I can't see it.
I think it's a lady.
Thank
Thank you, sister.
Thank you, sister. What would you say? What would you say to anyone that is contemplating coming, or I'll ask you that, and then I'll ask you a different question.
Okay.
So, what would you say to anybody that's contemplating coming, and like, I'm not sure if this is the place, or
I would say, it's a feeling. It really is not. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Beautiful.
Get out of here. Get out of your head, and feel, is this right for me? Do your research to see if it's right for you. If it feels right for you, then I would highly recommend you to come, and just get out of your head, get out of your own way.
Get out of your head. Best advice
Mhm.
that's on all
Mhm.
aspects of life.
Mhm.
Brother, I'll ask you a slightly different question,
Mhm.
or a very different question. Tell me what your favorite, other than my joke, what was like your favorite moment of this week?
It's hard to put into just like, well, actually, yeah. The thing that comes to mind is just completing the final ceremony and the sun being out, and just being out there with friends, and we're laughing, and then we had these beautiful birds that just like showed up, and we're just like looking at the birds, and then one of the guys goes, "Did the shamans bring these guys?" But the whole experience was just so
Cue the
beautiful.
birds.
Even having breakfast this morning, and getting to connect with some people that I haven't connected with throughout the week, and just making all these amazing new friends, and just seeing everybody you have this connection to everybody after this experience where you went through some shit together. Like you people
Literally.
yeah, literally. And afterwards, I feel like you have this bond, and there's just so many amazing, kind people that were here. And to anyone that is thinking about doing this, or you're thinking about going elsewhere, the reason that I chose this place is because it had the complete package of, the yoga, the breath work, the spa, steam and massage included, colonic. And to me, that just felt like a whole lot better than just like go to someone's basement or just go somewhere and do this over a weekend, where you're getting the real deal, the full immersive experience with medical staff, phenomenal teachers. So I felt very safe being here, and I was more nervous about the colonic than I was about
Right. And it all it's so beautiful how everything works together, because I was like apprehensive about the plant medicine, to be honest, being in healthcare. How is this going to impact me physically? Maybe I'll just not do that. However, doing the plant medicine and the yoga and the breath work and the classes and the everything that I thought would, I really didn't think, how did this doesn't make sense? Why are we doing all of this? It really made perfect sense. And I got so much out of it, being consistent and staying the course, just like life. You stay the course, you be consistent, and it's not always going to feel good. It's not always going to be what you expect it to be. However, if you stay the course, you stay with it, you'll get more out of it than you could ever expect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Brother Bo.
Dr. Bo, actually.
That's
Dr.
right.
Yeah.
Dr. Bo.
Come on.
He is.
I'm
He's
the
a chiropractor.
undereducated one here.
I was
Jeez.
thinking that
And I
too.
just adjusted this guy. You think you'd have some blood flow going to your
I
brain.
know.
Exactly. Actually, it's all going.
You just got free.
Sorry.
You just got free services.
So
He still got it.
thank you.
He does.
We're closed next week, but I'll be here next week. The week after.
Oh,
Thank
and
you.
hang on. Final comment.
Oh.
This man is gorgeous.
They're talking about me. They ain't talking about him.
Yes,
They're talking
you are
about me.
beautiful.
Gorgeous man.
Thank you all so much. Right on.
Right.
Right on.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sister.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for joining us. Have a beautiful holiday, however you're celebrating it, and we hope to see you with me soon. Peace and richest blessings.